Hello, and welcome to Scholarships and Lifestyle with Ash, a show where we navigate the world of education, career opportunities, and transformations. Today, we tackle a topic that resonates with a lot of persons back home, especially those from developing countries: education as a business investment. Are you thinking of higher education as just another responsibility you owe to your parents or to your sponsors to go to school? Or do you take it to be as a part of your life that you have to work towards making become better? Now, education can either be a gamble or a business venture, depending on how you approach it. In today's edition, we'll be looking at how best to approach education, regardless of the institution where you have found yourself, irrespective of the course you have been admitted to study, and how making use of that opportunity instead of wasting it can open scholarship opportunities and international jobs for you. Think of education as startup capital. And as it is the sole aim of every business to make profit, so it is your responsibility and purpose to make the best use of that education to get as much profit as is actualizable. Now, whether you are admitted into studying a course you like or you do not like, whether it was your first choice of course or it's the last choice of course you would have wanted to study, it doesn't take away the fact that the education being offered to you by virtue of studying that course is startup capital. And for a good business person, you owe yourself that responsibility to make use of that opportunity and get as much profit as is possible from it. Sometimes not directly, but by virtue of being able to run that business, even when it wasn't your first choice and would probably not even have made the list for your choices, if you can do well in that business, it means you can do well when you eventually get the opportunity to start up a business of your choice. And that is what education should actually be for us. Let's do a simple calculation to visualize what it will cost you to gamble with your education. You're admitted to study a course that spans for a period of 4 academic calendar years, which is not so much of a big variation from the 4 calendar year we have from most of our developing countries. And the tuition is 5,000, let's say, of international currency. By 4 years, that's like 20,000 of the international currency. Expenses as to lodging and bills and all of those amounts to 3,000 annually, and for a period of 4 years, that's 12,000. Do not forget the emotional torture you have put yourself through, the rejection and all of those things. 4 solid years that you would have probably invested in some other trade or learning some other skill, but you spent it just wallowing within the space of that regret and all of disappointment that have to come along with it. You'd have ended up spending about 32,000 of that international currency without refund. And let's say because of that, you graduated and you do not stand a chance in the labor market simply because you have those with better grades or better skills take up those places and you get a very low paying income job. And let's say you're earning like 500 of the international currency per month for a period of 5 years. Within 12 months, you would have earned 6,000 of that. And for a period of 5 years, that would have amounted to just 30,000. On the other part, your fellow who was within the same purview of not getting what he or she wanted, but still putting his or her best, comes out with a better result, stands a better chance in the job market, and gets a higher paying job of, let's say, 3,000 per month, and is able to get like 336,000 at the end of every year. And for a 5 year period, is able to get 180,000 If you check the difference between 180,000 and your 30,000 at the end of the 5 year period, that's the difference of 150,000 of that international currency. And that is the direct cost of a gambled education. But there are things you can do in order not to gamble away with your education simply because you are admitted into a school that is not your choices of schools and a course is not your choices of courses. Treat your education as the most important investment you have. Look at education not as an end, but a means to an end. Of course, now the world of education is limitless. You can attend as many schools as you can. Do not be short sighted in your view towards your education because good grades do not just mean better jobs, it means job mobility, scholarships, international job opportunities, and the potential to change career paths. If you have distinguished yourself in one, then you can definitely be found worthy to venture into another. If what you are currently studying is not your passion, then focus on the transferable skills. Employers and scholarship boards are looking for these skills to give opportunities to young persons. They're looking at your research skills, they're looking at your problem solving skills, they're looking at your perseverance. And these are the transferable skills you can learn, irrespective and regardless of where you find yourself and the course you are studying. Start researching and making findings on scholarships, programs, or opportunities that align with your interests. And in most of these cases, those who sit on the board to decide whether you come in or you stay out are not really looking at your background or where you are coming from. They're looking at the potential you have. That potential you have can only best be displayed based on the little things you have been found worthy in, and that is where you are coming from and what you have to show for it. I had always wanted to study medicine and surgery, but I never got the opportunity, even after seeking to gain admission to study it for 2 years. I got admitted to study agricultural and environmental engineering, and I picked it up and did my best. And by the grace of God, I graduated with a first class honors. And that has opened up a lot of opportunities for me. My application for jobs stood out, and I was able to get sponsorship to study a master's degree here in an international school. If you find yourself admitted into studying a course you did not choose or still do not prefer to study, think carefully. You have two options. One, go into it, give it your best, come out top, and leverage your performance for international and global opportunities. Two, do not go at all. Channel your energy, skill, and talent into learning a trade or a skill. That too is useful in today's world. Whatever you do not waste your funds, energy, and time on mediocrity. Thank you for joining us on Scholarships and Lifestyle with Ash. Remember, your education is one of the greatest investments you can ever make in your life. It is your key to unlocking a world of possibilities and endless opportunities. Do not throw that key away. Thank you.